Good morning. All right, we're out here in the garden today, and as you can see, we have our lovely sky and a bush with a horse's tail. Oh, look, there's a horse. Yeah. Anyway, we're out here in the garden today because we got to cut down some stuff. For instance, that kale over there. That's this bed over here. It's just gotten to the point where it's not worth it anymore, so it's time to go. I've already started pulling down a bunch over here. As you can see in this bed, we do have some growing here. We're ready to pick some of that. Our dill and chives is starting to come up. That's the next bed down there. Of course, our peas are doing wonderfully. Onions are about ready to go. They're starting to fall over. They're a beautiful, beautiful size onion. I mean, you look at these guys in here and you can see they're real good. But that's not what I'm going to show you really. What I'm here to show you is we had talked about bagworms, and now all these cypresses, junipers, Leland cypresses, whatever, that are running this property line all the way down is an old windbreak. See this guy? He's eating away at this fruit tree. Thank God it's not one of my fruit trees. You bum. Anyway, these trees all are full of these bagworms, and the worms, the bags that we're taking off right now, really most of them are empty. The females have left. We're trying to get them down for two reasons. One, so that we can identify fresh ones, and two, because the males are still inside. The males will come out here shortly, in August, I guess, is what they say. And I'm kind of targeting mid-July so that we're done. But I'm trying to get as many bags with the males so they don't procreate the next group. So that's why we're pulling them. But when I say we're in the garden doing it, what we're doing is we're trying to get the babies that already came out of the bags on those trees over there. Those babies fly on the wind on a thread. And then they attach to trees that are around, plants, bushes. I've found them on the fence posts. And what they do is they start to build their new bags so that by the time the males come out, they're fully bagged and ready to be procreated again. So, what do they look like? Here's one right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if we can maybe get it into the picture a little easier here. See him sticking out right there? That's what they start as. A little fellow like that. And what we do is we go along and we come up and we snag these guys, take them off. And that's what he looks like right there. Now there's a worm in there, little baby worm. And what he's going to do is he's going to continue to wrap himself in material until the worm and the bag are much bigger, like the pictures I showed you. Controls, you can buy controls, but they're hard to get through their shields. Right now they're not so tough. We just go around picking them. And now you can have a bucket of solution. That's what Janice does. Of soap. And you can put it on that soap. Now here's one that's just enjoying himself on the end here. And what'll happen is, let me see if I can get him off. Yeah, he's holding on. Oh, I lost him, sorry. He's holding on. See how it popped off? What it is the thread that thread that he had. Now, like I said, you can spray for these guys. I'm not big into sprays. Or you can manually pick them. Exactly what I do every day now is manually pick these little buggers. And then put them into that soap solution in a little bucket. And you get rid of them that way. I personally don't have time to carry a little basket around with me. So what do? I just take them off and squish them. Doesn't bother me none. Janice don't like it much, but it don't bother me none. So I'll go around and I'll do them all. And as you can see by the leaves, see how they munch holes in everything? They also attach themselves to the bark of the tree, giving you these lesions looking things. They're terrible, terrible. Now this is a cherry tree. Their favorite food is an apple. And this guy over here, pretty, huh? This guy over here is right up against these trees. So he has been beaten to death by these things. Now I've sprayed soap solution on them. I've tried a solution called Jack's, and it's helped out enormously. But the sheer numbers have been dwindling. We are picking less and less of these little boogers than we did in the past. Because we're also getting them out of those trees. That bucket over there is completely... Well, no, it's not. It looks about halfway. Oh, that's a new bucket. Okay. Well, anyway, it's a half a bucket. We've got more, obviously, that can go in it. But yeah, you just got to spend... See here, here's a... I don't know if you can see it. That's a big one right there. He's slowly making his way to the full-size variety. So, I'm going to pick this little guy off here, and I'll show you. Yeah, he's going to play dead. So, if he plays dead, I'll roll him into a little ball. Anyway, so I'll spend a little while. I'll walk the whole property and I'll look for these little guys, and we'll find them, put them away. They'll attach themselves. I might have had my finger on the screen, so sorry about that. They'll attach themselves to anything. This is a nut tree. They love nut trees. Not so much the comfrey. I haven't really seen any on the comfrey. This is a rose mallow. As you can see, this thing has grown huge. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that this started as nothing but a stump, because they go away. They come back every season. The same with this one. The other thing I'm out here to do today is to put more bait out for these darn moles that we've got, as we've got them everywhere. So we'll put some bait out for those guys. Yeah, so anyway, the whole thing is they go after everything. They go after raspberries. They go after everything. It's terrible. Terrible. But I've got some time right now. Yes, I'm baking a cake. A lovely fresh raspberry lemon cake. Right now the cake is cooling. I'll make the buttercream here shortly. But first things first, I need to go through the garden and clean it up. By the way, as a side note, I had to put this up around my gojo berries, because gojo berries have no strength in their tentacles. They'll grow and grow and grow out into the lawn. As you can see, maybe. Like this guy here. They just have no shape. So this isn't to protect anything. I've cut holes down in here into the wire so I can reach in, see, and get weeds and so forth. This guy here is doing real well. Hopefully we'll get some fruit out of that. This guy here's another Gojo, and he is blooming like mad. So hopefully we get something out of that. Otherwise, yeah, I've got a bunch of trees to do here real quick. Harvest that kale and then get back into the house to work on a cake. All right. That's your lesson on bagworms today. They're a pain in the ass. I've never had this problem before. Don't ask me. It's got to be something in the weather. Bugs of glory around here, I'll tell you what. See you later.